This is Nostrovini with a report of the news in the Post, my Bible of papers. Anyway, Ukraine oil under attack. Ukrainians, which I underestimated. I know my psychic abilities fooled me in terms of the Ukraine. I thought they were doomed. I thought the Russian steamroller would steam right over them. But the Ukrainians, the little country that could, is beating the crap out of the Russians. Probably will force Putin to give up power or be given up power. Oh, yes. This is interesting. Ukraine, little Ukraine. Well, it's not that little, but it's little in comparison to the Goliath that they're fighting. But like young David, they're hitting Russia where it counts in the breadbasket, in the oil, all over Russia. No place in Russia is safe from the Ukrainians' vengeance. Of course, the Ukrainians have paid a terrible price for this, a price in blood and a price in resources. But those little light Vikings, and they are descendants of Vikings, some of the original settlers of Russia were the Ukrainians. In fact, Ukraine was the capital at one point until they were betrayed. Moscow, well, Moscow has some adore. It's closing down our colleges, or they're getting out of the colleges in New York and all over the country. You know why? Our colleges are too radical for them. They're too left-wing for the Russians. What madness is this? Yes, we are being taught in our colleges by communists who have convinced our young people that communism is the way. Oh, it's going to work out this time. Yes, of course, it never does. Basically, people of all classes run away from communism. I don't see many people swimming towards Cuba. Or you have 8 million Venezuelans running out of Venezuela, but you don't have anybody running into Venezuela. The eventually the communists always end up, well, what basically they steal from one class of people to give to the other class of people. And with human corruption, that ends up being the friends of this sort. I can't tell you all that. I mean, we can do that in another sector. Uh, Even for the Trump crumbling Ivy Tower. Yes, Mr. Trump is going to home in on these communists who run our uh, places of higher education. I said lower communist education, and take the money away. Gonna take your money away. You're not gonna get those grants anymore from the government. You're in store. And they say it's a revenge on because of what was tried with him. Oh yes, I like a vengeful president. I'd be vengeful if you tried to destroy my whole family and my fortune, and I was only trying to do the duties of the gods. Ah, what? Ah, we're going to live forever. Oh, yes. Through magic, through science, through the combination of the two. You'll live forever. Maybe I'm a product that I look kind of good. Yes. Maybe I'm immortal. I better take my meds. Anyway, ending juridical lawfare. Yes. Right now, the judges are trying to stand in the way of my hero, Donnie. Donnie boy, I think you should arrest those judges. Those boys from the left don't have their own way, I say. They don't listen to our right-wing judges anyway. They have a double standard in any way. Oh, Donny boy, I love you, my Donny boy. And enough jerk with this. Those pretend Kindle. Ah, right now, our communist mayor who promised free buses and free food through grocery stores that are going to cost $30 million for a simple grocery store and drive out the working class people, and much of them Latin, who went to the bodegas. Oh, the delis, yes. They can, how can they compete with the government subsidized you know, grocery store that and it costs millions and millions of dollars. This is theoretically because they've had um food deserts. Would be simple actually to rather than make the big drugstore, have a fruit stand in the middle of Harlem or wherever these wastelands are, and it would cost you almost nothing. Yeah, but ah, tactical tourism. The Iranians or the supporters of the mullahs want to show bury one of their own. Although if any large group of mullahs get together, we go boom, 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 and they're gone. And so is their leadership. We've hit layers and layers of these evil men, and they are truly evil, my friend, by any stretch of the imagination. So the forces between us and them is good versus evil. You can't quibble about this. Anyway, let's take the Pope not to be. Uh, I'm a Catholic and a Protestant, so I do have a war going in my side. No more popery, you heretic. Anyway, Donny Boy is not a Catholic, although he is a Christian and he is following the commandments of God. Oh yeah, God Himself is on Donny's side. He is healing this country through war. Paradox, but it's true. Donny Boy is a man of many powers. How can a man overcome all he has without divine intervention? It's obvious that he's being directed by the higher gods and maybe the big cheese himself. Pope, but the Pope said, no, you shouldn't be for war. But when those missiles from Iran come over to blow up the Vatican, I guess he'll say, maybe Donny was right. Anyway, the Pope is a Chicago uh, liberal. He's a man of the left-wing stripe. That doesn't change. Just because you get the scepter of God doesn't mean that you have God's divine intervention on your side. He's still a liberal, which means my Pope, my glorious Pope, is an idiot. Anyway, mosquitoes fear. What the hell? Mosquito feet is harassing us. That's all they got left, the mosquito fleet. So we have to wipe them out. Wipe out their what's left. Boom, 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 while we negotiate. My Danny boy, I like the way he negotiates. But they're trying to change the basic cultural makeup of the United States. It's been primarily um, culturally Anglo-Saxon Christian, uh, with a mix of many other cultures, and this has been a good thing. When the Anglo-Saxons get a little too boring, we spice it up. But you can have anchor babies and destroy the very foundations of this country, which have been fairly good, my friends. Fairly good. Next to the rest of the world, the bloodbaths that go on there. Yet we're the only world of big racist. Oh, yes, what a lie. But a lie, that, as Hitler said, repeated again and again, becomes the truth. Killer exhibit. But we do have our strange obsessions with serial killers, let's say. There was in the East Village a um, exhibit of various people being victimized by serial killers. What is a serial killer? What brings a man to hunt his own kind? Or a woman, not to be sexist. I am such a sexist, though. Ah, the VIP, this goes back to our VP, wants peace with the Pope. Our VIP, I like him. I think he should be in charge of this country with Rubio as vice president. Oh, that would be glorious. A mime in the house. You know what being real by? A mime, a communist mime, a Marxist mime. Muslim Marxist mime, the worst kind. This man with his whitened face. Oh, what is he doing? Walls. Walls between us and our tax money. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Pervert spike. Apparently, we have more perverts than ever. Millions and hundreds of thousands. How could this be? I thought perversion was a rather um, rare occurrence. No. What to do? What to do? I don't know. God has to intervene and kill the perverts. Oh, yes, I implore you, Lord, oh, high and high. Permanent spy. Like unjust leaf stinker. Unjust leaf stinker. Oh, no, this is about New Jersey smelling like dead bodies, like rotted fish. And you say, oh, well, the landfills, the pollution. Jersey, no, it's the trees of New Jersey. Vast forest of smelly trees. It's nature. Maybe nature is turned against us and wants to fight us by sticking out the joint. Nature, watch out. We'll burn you down. You want to fight us? Tell you, nature, you'll get yours. Professor, women. This, this psychiatrist took advantage of a man my age, a man in his late 60s, maybe early 70s, and made him fall in love and used her psychiatric powers to buy her a villa in Greece. Very nice. His family suing because the man was broken hearted, taken advantage of. Probably let's see now. Oh, bad lady, bad lady. Hope when the European war happens that you lose your gondola. That's it. Oh, let's just get bogged down in facts. Cops whole new law. A communist uh, judge who wanted to make an example of a New York City cop gave him 8 years to 3 years in prison for knocking a drug dealer in the head with a uh, oh, ice thing, and the guy died. Well, let me tell you something. The drug dealer was dealing drugs and gonna run down a bunch of other cops. You deal drugs, you get killed. Simple. The penalty for drug dealing of poison is death. And so the cop was doing his duty. But unfortunately, the cop is going to go to jail for a little while, has to fight it. I know he'll be okay. Good will triumph over evil within the Trump era. NYD, oh, look at this. NYD Nix's ghost. Yes. A bunch of firemen, the bravest, even braver than the cops, who had a bunch of models in their station house and had them running around there having fun. But the rule makes you can't do that because it's sexist or whatever. So they reprimanded them and say no more people visiting the fire department. So now we just use them to put out fires and put themselves in the greatest of dangers. Fine, really nice government, lesbian government, homosexuals, because it was men having fun and they don't like it. But let me tell you something. Men just want to have fun. Ah, you know what we're having? People from North Korea advertising how free it is in North Korea, how they have free housing. Yes. If it is free, it's nasty. Mountains have not produced anything of merit. The Hammond sickle is a false god because without they don't have God. No, 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 no. Their leader in North Korea makes him out so as a god. He says he doesn't poop. North Korean, any man of flesh poops. Almost all animals poop. You are not a spiritual being. You're a chunky guy who eats too much cheese. Ah, you say, but Mr. Vinny, aren't you throwing darts at your fellow cheese eater? Perhaps. But it takes a cheese eater to know another smelly brand of cheese is being sold. Ah, talk about woke students. Again, stripping naked with nice bodies, by the way, from the photo I saw. Yes, a good thing. They were demonstrating against people using um, slave labor to make the university clothing. I, for once, am going on the side of justice. They're not destroying us with bodies that should be governed, and they're not destroying us by being against Israel or being against the United States. No, they're against the exploitation of children. Good commies. No common enemy. I don't know what this means. I don't remember. Teddy Roosevelt saved football. So believe it or not, football used to be a rougher sport. And people will say they used to outlaw things like boxing, football, everything like that. But they didn't. And football is now the American pastime. And it is football, not soccer. Soccer is soccer. It's not football. Although you use your feet, technically you're right. But we are rulers of the universe, masters of it. We're the kings of the world. No missing link. Ah, bunch of our scientists were investigating the UFOs disappearing. At least one of them disappeared or died, and they were young, relatively, or just legitimately young. Women, men, all races. What is going on, Martians? What are you up to, you invisible enemy? You interdimensional attack on us? Well, God's not on your side. God's gonna come and kick you in your ethereal butt. Yes, indeed you do. And I'll help him, as I can spot you a mile of the way. Oh, yes. Now I have to go. To put some tinfoil on my head. You see, I'm ready for you. Ready and steady. Yeah. I love America, indeed I do. It's my country, it's true.